So I think I'm live. It's very late for me, but holidays, so no problem. I have just to find it so that I can watch and see the comments. Okay. So, okay, welcome everyone to a live stream, spontaneous live stream. I will just post the link in one of the Discord's channel. 1 second. So that maybe someone can join also. Okay, this should do it. Very good. So we can start. Very nice. Okay. So this is the commentaries. Okay, so we can start. So I wanted to do a stream with the best finds of 2023. So if anyone wants to join and show his acquisitions, it's also very nice. So I put on the side 15 records, which I acquired in 2023, and I, more or less spontaneously ranked them. It's not a super excellent ranking, but more or less according to my affiliation or my liking. I will try to rank them. I can a little wait, maybe more coming. Hi everyone. Maybe someone is coming also. I can wait a little longer. I didn't announce it, so I just started it spontaneously. So maybe I wait a little bit until some people come. Otherwise, I just start and one can watch it later on. Okay. So rock and roll. Good. Okay. So I will start right now. It was a very nice year. A lot of nice records have been found this year. So I will start with no evening, Rich. Nice to see you with the acquisition. I ranked it on 15. Number 15 would be this very cool record, Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique, which is an original. This is an original US pressing, really nice one. So I like this album very much, and I was glad to find it in a record store nearby, which is very rare to find US pressings and original pressings from Beastie Boys near my hometown in Germany. It's very rare to find original Beastie Boys records, so I snagged it. This is a really cool one. Beastie Boys License to Ill is great, but this one is also great. Paul's Boutique, and it is the gatefold issue, and I was glad also with the original inner sleeve, and also like a very, very beautiful condition. It's completely near mint. There is not a single hairline on it. So I was very glad to see this in the wild. Also very reasonably priced. Very cool album. So I put this on 15th. Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique would be number 15. Number 14, also one of my favorite albums from David Bowie. This is the Ziggy Stardust. This is the POUNDA tape. 1 RCA green label. This is for me. I have the 7E, 4E UK original first pressing, but honestly speaking, this one beats it. This one is much better for my humble taste, for my system. This is much better than the UK pressing 7E, 4E, I think. This is a really, really, for me personally, the best Ziggy Stardust I ever heard. The clarity, the dynamics, the punch, love it very much, and I'm thankful for our little Discord channel. I think Rich helped me out. Someone suggested it. I'm not sure who did it, but the special thanks goes out to those the one who suggested the RCA POUNDA Tape 1. Bilbo is fantastic. The Bilbo pressing is fantastic of this one, but POUNDA Tape, I didn't find the Bilbo, but I found the POUNDA Tape 1 in the dead wax, and this sounds amazing. This is my favorite David Bowie album, and this RCA POUNDA Tape 1 green label. It sounds absolutely fantastic. This was number 14. Then comes number 13. This would be number 13, Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime. A long time I looked for original US pressing. I like this album very much, and the German pressing or the EU pressing is nice, but I find an unplayed, you can see the spin, there's no spindle wear at all, an unplayed US first pressing, and I could not resist. I had to snatch it, and it sounds spectacular, and it sounds much better than my European first pressing. So this would be number 14. No, number 13. I'm sorry, I have to check my list. Number 13. This is Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime. I found this in a very, very beautiful condition after I was searching for a long time for a US first pressing. And here it says the country of origin rule is applicable. So this is really cool. US first pressing sounds super nice. Better. Oh, Ryan, hi. This is much better than my European first pressing. So if you find this, Ryan, you are in the US, get the one. In fact, number 12, I don't have to say the number. I just rank it up next one because I will forget the numbers. 12, this is also, it was high on my list of finding it. This is Queensryche, Rage for Order, original US first pressing with this blue rim, they say, blue round, blue circle. This is my favorite Queensryche. Yes, I know Operation is the most favorite of everyone, but I prefer the Rage for Order, and I love this one. This is really, really cool. The best for me in Queensryche, the most melodious album. There is so many beautiful songs on this album, and what I also like is you can check your system. This has such a beautiful sound, Rage for Order, and again here, country of origin is again applicable. It sounds much better than my European counterpart, and I'm glad that Vinyl Piper, salute to you, found me this one. It's a near mint condition US EMI US pressing. I love it if you find this one in this EMI. I have to like this EMI America, and there is again not a single hairline on it. So I love if you find records like this with an inner sleeve like this. I don't care if there's a punched hole in the cover, no problem for me. There is this hole in the cover up here on this side, but I don't care. It sounds spectacular. Queensryche first pressing, Rage for Order 12. So then on I go with this one, Misfits, Walk Among Us. This is the second pressing on the Ruby Fist label. This is the second pressing, which uses the same blades like the first pressing. Many on Discogs say it's all you can need because the first pressing is like 500, 600, 700 euros high. Oh, that punch hole is a promo punch, yeah. But honestly, it doesn't say anything about the promotional copy, Sepp Pearl. Usually there is a message like for promotional use only, but there is nothing on it. So maybe the guy thought I punch it. So I don't know. It's not mentioned promo, but it sounds spectacular. This one would be the next in my list of beautiful acquisitions of 23. Misfits, Walk Among Us, and I followed the recommendations on Discogs because many said you don't need the first pressing. It's so expensive and so hard to get in a beautiful shape. This sounds nearly as good as the first pressing. This is this Ruby second pressing when you look on Discogs, and this is in a fabulous condition. This is my favorite Misfits album, one of my most favorite punk albums of all time. Misfits, Walk Among Us, what a wonderful album. And like I said, if you follow the advice of the people, this sounds really cool, and I admit it sounds perfect. I never heard an original first pressing. I think PBThal maybe did a rip on digitalization of it, but this sounds as on my system as good as the rip. So if you can find this one, this is really, really cool. Misfits, Walk Among Us, original US pressing, second US pressing, very cool. So Sepp is saying, no, it won't. I'll work in red. I have many of those. Okay. Whatever, it's the original US pressing. I'm glad that I have it. So the next one I found this year was this beautiful album, cool rock and roll kick-ass album, Rose Tattoo, rock and roll Outlaw, and this is the first pressing on the Aussie label, Albert Productions, with the blue labels in stunning unplayed near mint condition again, next to no spindle wear. Very beautiful. I love this album, Rock and Roll Outlaw Rose Tattoo. I think that in our Australian it's just called Rose Tattoo. Thank you, Seb Pearl. Thank you. This is a beautiful album. Every song is nice, is a killer. And I was so glad I went to this record fair and I found this immediately, this Rock and Roll Outlaw. It's such a great album. And then the first pressing on Australian first pressing, very reasonably priced. So wow, this is really cool to have found that one, because I love this album. And honestly speaking, the difference between this one, the Australian first pressing, and the European German first pressing is horrendous. There's a huge difference. This is much more balanced, much more open, huge soundstage compared to the smallish soundstage of the European pressing. So if you find a great album, if you find this Australian pressing of a Rose Tattoo debut album, I think in Germany it's called, or in Europe it's called Rock and Roll Outlaw. It is really a fantastic sounding pressing, and I was so happy to have found this one in 23. Next one in the line would be this one. I was on the hunt for that one a long time. So this would be, let me check, this would be my number. What is going on? This is number 9. Yes, number 9. Exodus, Bonded by Blood. I had it in a very VG minus condition, and then I found it on with the original inner sleeve, original UK. No, this is a Dutch pressing, Roadrunner pressing. Music for Nations with Roadrunner together, and I was happy to find it in such a marvelous near mint condition. This is one of the best thrash albums for my personal taste, Exodus, Bonded by Blood, and I was looking for it a long time in a reasonable, very good condition. Now it's near mint, so I'm even more happy. So this would be my number 9 for this year, 23. A really cool album. Like I said, one of the best thrash metal albums, Megadeth, Exodus, Testament, Anthrax, Overkill. They are all up there, but this Bonded by Blood is such a great album, musical-wise. Vocals, I'm not super happy because it's getting boring. The screaming of Paul Bailoff, may he rest in peace. But it fits the music, but sometimes it's a little annoying because he screams too much and sings too little. But the music and the riffs and the musicianship of Holt and what is the Lee Altus, I think, and Gary Holt, Rick Runold and Gary Holt on guitars, fantastic guitar playing, fantastic musicianship. This would be my best acquisition on number 9, Exodus, Bonded by Blood. What a great thrash metal album, and this I was looking for. I had it already. It's not a new acquisition, but I had it in a very not so good condition. Now it's in a great condition. Then next one, I ranked it on number 8 because I was so happy to find this one, Nirvana. This is the original first pressing in Europe. You can see the first pressing. It has the misprinted inner sleeve. It has this. If you open it and it has the text is wrong. you have to turn it around. So the misprinted inner sleeve is the sign of the first pressing in Europe, and this is a stellar sounding first pressing, and it comes, I was lucky to find it again in a near mint condition. So this Nirvana Nevermind, I had it as the Auric pressing and the I think music on vinyl, but they couldn't hold the flame to this first pressing, European first pressing, German first pressing. It sounds really wonderful. Great album for my personal taste, and then to have it as a first pressing, I was very happy. This would be my number 8 of 2023. Then comes this one, number 7. We're going up now in my personal affiliation. This is an album I looked for a long time. I was hunting it down and I wanted it in a near mint condition, and I found it. Savatage, Hall of the Mountain King, my favorite Savatage album. What a wonderful record. This is the original German pressing on Atlantic, near mint condition all around, looks unplayed, no spindleware. Beautiful music, beautiful album, love it. There's no bad song on this album. Metal par excellence, 80s metal, love 90s or the 80s, I think. What is it called? This is from 87, so the 80s, the glorious 80s. Savatage, Hall of the Mountain King, original pressing, beautiful. So I was happy to find this also in 23. So Savatage would be my number 8. Am I right? I think so. Let me check. Yes, number 8. Yeah, number 7. Sorry, number 7. So then number 8, number 7, 6. We go down now. Number 6 would be one of my favorite metal albums of all time. I had the European pressing for years, and I wanted the original US pressing with this iconic blue Metal Church label. This is the original first US pressing of Metal Church debut album. And again, Chris Vinyl Piper, thank you for sourcing it for me. I love this album and I wanted to have it as a US pressing, and I found it in such a wonderful condition. It's really, wow, a stellar album in a stellar condition. So that was what I was looking for. There's again, really good, beautiful condition. Metal Church, what a great metal record. If you know Metal Church, if you know the first album, it doesn't have the bonus track. The European album has this Big Guns bonus track. So this would be my number 7. What a great album, and I'm so happy to have it as a US first pressing. So I think 23 was a year of US pressings. Funny, you don't get them so often. And then next one, 6. I think number 6. Let me check my list. Yeah, number 5. Sorry, number 5. I always forget the list. Number 5 would be this. I have now so many Kill 'Em Alls. I have the Chris Bellman. I have the original Megaforce first pressing. I had the UK first pressing, which now goes to Ryan because I found this one. And you don't need so many Kill 'Em Alls, because this one is the 1988 Robert Ludwig Sterling master disc pressing with the extra songs Am I Evil and Blitzkrieg, and it sounds fabulous. I have, like I said, I have the metal Megaforce first pressing, original US first pressing, which is for me still the best sounding Kill 'Em All. But this one, it has a different sound. It has more clear and more transparent and more, how you say, modern a little bit, not really modern, but defined, refined sound than the raw Metal Force first pressing. I'm glad that I have found this one because I heard so many things about this Robert Ludwig pressing of this one. Yeah, this is a good one, Ryan. It's not near mint, but it's going there. It's like, you know, it has nothing on it. Also, I would say excellent VG Plus, excellent, and it's an Electra, and there's the master disc on the dead wax and the Robert Ludwig. So I never had one of the Robert Ludwigs here. PBThel recommended it to me also. He said it's really good sounding Kill 'Em All. And then one guy had it, and I got it, and I was thinking, okay, I need this one. Robert Ludwig, I like his style of mastering, and it fits the Kill 'Em All, because you can only hear Cliff Burton's bass really nice on the first pressing of the Megaforce first pressing, and on Chris Bellman's remastering for the Blackened label. You can hear Cliff Burton's bass playing. You cannot hear it in the Roadrunner Dutch pressing in the UK. It's also good, but the US, like this, and the first US pressing are outstanding in terms of bottom end, in terms of bass and drums. I love it. So I'm glad I found it. Sometimes, later pressings can also sound stellar, and this one is really, really super nice sounding, and it's kind of an extra bonus. They added Blitzkrieg and Am I Evil. I don't know how they did it, because the Kill 'Em All is long already. So one side now is like 30 something minutes, but it doesn't matter. It sounds perfect. So I think I don't know how they did it, but it's nice to listen after you are used to Whiplash and then finish. After Whiplash, side A is finished, and then you can hear Blitzkrieg again. And after Metal Militia, you can listen to Am I Evil. Awesome. So this is a great find, number 5. Now comes my 4 most beloved findings of this year. And I'm glad that I found this one. I showed it several times on Rachel's stream. This is the original master recording, MFSL. You can think what you like about it, but this one is an original pressing, and it's a promo copy, not for sale. Also, again, so in addition, it's not only the MFSL, it's the promotional MFSL, and it sounds spectacular. So I have the German Led Zeppelin 2, where there's Robert Ludwig on one side, and the second side sounds bullshit. But this one is really, 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 really the best sounding Led Zeppelin 2 I personally had in my collection. I have the Plum. I had the Plum. I sold the Plum after I acquired this one. I have the German Strawberry. I have the Robert Ludwig first side, and this sounds, for me, if you have an original US Robert Ludwig for 500 euros, that might be the best one. The classic for 500-600 euros might be better, but I'm not sure, because this sounds so good. I heard the classics, I heard the digital version of the classic, and I heard the digital version of Robert Ludwig's US original pressing, and this is not far behind. Honestly speaking, on my system, this sounds marvelous. So, and I got it very cheap too, in unplayed condition. It has absolutely no spindle wear, nothing on it. There's no hairline on it. It's a stunner, like you can say. You can see here when you put it, it's always like this. There is absolutely no spindle wear at all. I was so happy, and it's shining, glossy, no hairline. It's from a guy who wanted to give out the records to someone who appreciates it. So this is really hardly appreciated. And the bonus is that it is a promotional copy. It's nice, and it sounds really, wow. It's really cool. It has this UHR blah 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 stuff inside this inlet. Great found, and really nice price too. I paid 120 for it. You cannot say this loud. So number 3 of my favorite ones. I was looking so long for this Let There Be Rock, and honestly speaking, this is the second Australian pressing with the blue label of the Albert production. It doesn't have the kangaroo on it, because then it would be like 800,000-900,000 euros. But this is in a near mint condition, and I checked Discogs. It starts with 700. This is the blue label Albert second pressing of Let There Be Rock. It sounds really cool. And this was funny, because I went to a record fair, and honestly speaking, I'm not looking anymore for big stuff, because I already have what I really love most of the time. So I went there, and I was thinking, I need a clean German first pressing of Dark Side of the Moon 1CO62 catalog number. I would like to have this one. Maybe they have it, and maybe I find the Australian Let Her Be Rock. And I'm not lying. I went into this hall, into this theater, and then there was one stall, and it was hanging there on the wall, and I was like, wow. can I please see? Can you please show me the quality of this one? He showed me the quality, and I gave him the money, and I was like, wow, thank you so much. This was, pure luck. Went there, and sometimes your desires get fulfilled, and then you just think, okay, this is somehow the hand of fate leading you to such a grail. Love the album. Of course, if the kangaroo would be on the label, it would be a little bit more expensive, but I'm happy to have found the second pressing. It sounds beautiful. There is one version which is also very good. Is the Prime cut, the US Prime cut pressing, which sounds fabulous too. But this sounds a little better, so I sold my US Prime cut. This is now my go-to for Let There Be Rock. So this would be my third best acquisition of this year, according to my love for music. This is really something. And then again, shout out to Vinyl Piper. This is my second best acquisition. I have so many Paranoids now. I have the UK second pressing of Paranoid without the Big Bear management credits. It sounds as good as that one. And I have the Kevin Gray remaster of 2006, which sounds fantastic. And I have the no, that's it. And now the third one would be this one. This is a very beautiful promotional copy, white label promo, Warner Brothers US white label promo of Paranoid, which was sourced to me by Vinyl Piper. Chris, thank you so much. And he sourced it to me in such a fabulous condition. I was blown away, and it sounds marvelous. I had, honestly speaking, Zeppelin, more about, and look at the clean. It's really nice, shiny, some hairlines, but not really much. I don't see many. No crackling, no popping. Zeppelin, about promotional qualities. I had a long time ago, I had Paranoid with the Warner Palm Tree labels, with the Palm Tree first US pressing. And honestly speaking, I don't know how it works, but this promotional, this white label promo sounds much, much better than the first US pressing. Maybe I am mistaken, but to my ears, this sounds so much better than the US. More open, more clear. The US first pressing of Black Sabbath Paranoid with the palm tree labels sounded muffled a little bit. But when then I said, okay, let's check the white label promo, and boy, it's really fantastic how this one sounds. Okay, the UK first three pressings, first, second, and third pressing sound better. I had all the three here. I had the Big Bear management with one scratch in one song, and I sold it. But the second pressing sounds for me better than this one. Yeah, Fresh Blade sounds better than the US one, but this is my number 2 now, and Kevin Gray would be number 3, which sounds also excellent. The 2006 Rhino reissue from Mastered by Kevin Gray sounds also very, very good. But I was astonished that Vinyl Paper could source me a white label promo of Paranoid. So I don't know how I deserve this, but somehow I also know I'm an owner of that. So thank you, Vinyl Piper. This sounds really cool. And I'm sorry if I have to show it again, but my all-time, not only 23, but since I collect records, this would be my, this is the best acquisition I ever got. This is the signed copy of the Black Sabbath first UK, second UK pressing. It doesn't have, the first pressing. It has, when you have it, the first I can show you now. This is very interesting. First of all, the autographs are 100% real. I compared it to original autographs in the internet. You can see Aussie. You cannot fake this. This is original Ozzy Osbourne. Check it on the net. Then this is Geezer Butler. Then he writes best wishes, and this is Bill Ward. And when you see Tony Iommi, I saw many Tony Iommi's autographs. This is 100%. I know the wife of the deceased man. There is a story that there was a man who he died from cancer, and he told his wife to sell the records to good people, to a record store. So she went to a record store, and he went to a concert in the early 70s when they have played in Germany near Speyer in the southern Germany. and he went there and he got the autographs 72, 71, I see something like that. And there is no cheating because, like I said, the man unfortunately died from cancer, and if he would have wanted to make money to fake it, he would have sold it before he died, but he wanted to have this sold to lovers of Black Sabbath, the woman said to the record dealer. So he immediately sent me a message, and I said I want to see it, and I compared the autographs, and then I said, okay, I take it, because I'm 100% convinced, first of all, because of the story of the man and the wife, and then because I could see on the internet, you can see the autographs, they are perfectly the same. And then one guy who studied a little bit graphology, he said the fake autographs, they are never in one smooth, you how to say, when you fake an autograph, there are some breaking points when the pen is stopping, and you can, and we watched it closely, there is not one stop, so you cannot fake this. It's not possible in this matter. So it's really cool to have such a story behind the Black Sabbath debut, and they're all members. That is a bonus too. Not only some members, they have all 4 members: Aussie, Bill, Tony, and Geezer are there. And for the record, it is the second pressing. It has a near mint. Everything is near mint. The record is unplayed. The record is even better than near mint. I'm not shitting you. It has a near mint inner sleeve. It has a near mint cover. And when I saw the record, I nearly fall down from my chair, because it has absolutely nothing on it. It has not even, he played it maybe once or twice. It has no spindle wear, as you can see here. And here a little bit here, but not much. And if you know Black Sabbath, this is the second pressing, because when you have Black Sabbath first pressing, then Vertigo, and then below Vertigo, there is the writing, a Philips product. The first UK pressing has here, below Vertigo, a Philips record product. So this is the second pressing. And then you can see the Vertigo is a little bit to the left from Black Sabbath. When you have here the Black Sabbath, I show you a little bit more. So when you have here the Vertigo, it is a little bit more, you see, Black Sabbath is centered, and Vertigo goes a little bit more to the left. Vertigo is not 100% centered below Black Sabbath, but the third pressing, the Vertigo is then centered below Black Sabbath. So when it's more to the left, then it is said to be the second pressing. But I don't care, honestly speaking, because the first, the second, and the third pressing, they use the same blades, and this sounds. When I put it on the record player, it was like you put on a newly bought record from the record, from 2012, like you buy whatever record reissue. It has no click, it has no pop. He played it maybe once, and this was an amazing experience to hear such an old record in such a condition, without any disturbance, without any noise, fresh, pure. I was shocked, and it was worth like all the money. And this is for the autographs. I'm not a super big autograph hunter. I never hunted down a record with autographs, but when you come when you come near one of those, I heard that they go way up to 4 numbers, like 2,000-3,000 euros with the original autograph. So I got a really, really good price for this one. Really, really good one. Way below 1,000 euros. I would have paid the same price for this record anyway, because the condition was stellar. The second UK pressing without the Philips product credit. I don't care about this credit. If there is an unplayed second pressing of such a iconic, beautiful album, I buy it. So this one would be my all-time favorite acquisition of all time. And of course, 23, it was autumn 23 when I found this one. I was so glad to see it. And many attacked the record seller and told him, man, this is cheating. You never know if the autographs are real. But he told me the story of how he got it. And I checked it on the internet. So even if they are fake, so be it. The record is in a stellar condition, but I'm 100% convinced that the autographs are real, and I love to have this one in such a condition, with or without autographs. Autograph is super mega bonus, but to have this one in such an unplayed condition, a 50-year-old album, 50-plus-year-old album, that was like Christmas and my birthday in one day. So this would be my number one. And in the beginning of 2023, I got three more. I didn't want them to show in the because they were very early in January, and I already showed AC/DC. So I got these Australian pressings on a record fair in the beginning of 2023. This would be now the extra. This is TNT on the blue second pressing, blue label, Australian, not with the kangaroo. Super marvelous sounding. And this is the high voltage. This was my favorite one. This is actually the first pressing with, but not with the kangaroo. Great sounding high voltage, and the Dirty Deeds done dirt cheap. Again, second pressing, blue label, which goes for a lot of money, but I got them pretty cheap. Fortunately, good connection. So this would be the extra. I didn't want to show it because I already showed AC/DC in the ranking. Thank you. Yeah, I think it was a great year, and yes, if you have no expectations, you sometimes you find the best stuff. Most of them have been found in the wild. Some of them have been found on Discogs, but 90%, I think 12 or 13 of them have been from finding it in the wild by someone or by me. And this is cool. And if someone is inspired, I can put the link up. If someone is inspired to show some of his cool acquisitions, please join me. If you want to show some of your beautiful records which you got in 23, come up and we can have a nice sharing if you like. Otherwise, I would end the stream. But if someone is interested, I heartily welcome you to join me and show some of your new stuff. And it doesn't have to be metal. If someone like it. So enough of me showing off, so you can also join and show something if you like. If you are interested, please have the courage, come up, show 5-6 cool albums if you like. Otherwise, we can call it an evening, but I would love to see your treasures, your hunting down treasures, please. If you like. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's late. Usually I'm in bed also. Recurve my first. Wow, Savatage first press. Nice. UK pressing. Beautiful. Christopher. I'm usually in bed since 2.5 hours because it's the Christmas holidays. I was up. We watched Lord of the Rings, so I'm still fired up from watching Lord of the Rings. I'm not that tired, so I thought a spontaneous live stream would be nice. But if it's too late and nobody is inspired, I can understand. We can call it an evening. So thank you very much for watching. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I was going to say I'm very up late. Thank you, S-Band. Early Accept and Halloween. Yeah, man, Halloween is one of my favorite metal bands. You get the self-titled EP is a jewel, a wonderful jewel. Walls of Jericho, very good stuff. Yeah. Keeper of the Seven Keys, number 1, number 2. Accept, I love Accept. I just got the first 2 Accept albums, which are very cheap in Germany. Wow, nice. But I lost interest after Udo Dirkschneider, after the original vocalist left Accept. I lost kind of the interest. The new Accept without Udo is nice, but nah. Many people even say it's better, but nah. I'm more of the original lineup. Like the first two are still raw. Yeah, Accept is Udo. For me, also like Black Sabbath is Aussie. So the first two Accept, Metal Masters, and the one with I'm a Rebel with the stupid photo with the girl and the chainsaw. I think this is the second one, and the first one with I'm a Rebel. They are cool, but Accept starts with Breaker. Breaker is the first one, really, really awesome Accept, and then Restless and Wild, Balls to the Wall, um, Balls to the Wall, and then comes Metal Heart, Russian Roulette, and then you could feel um, they start to go down. They start to, after Russian Roulette. I lost interest in Accept very much after Russian Roulette. Then Udo came back and he left, and I thought, okay, it's a goner now. So even Russian Roulette has some good songs, but I think Metal Heart was the last great Accept album. Have you heard yes, Rage Against, very good one. I have the original US pressing here from Rage Against the Machine, the original European pressing. Yeah, Bob Ludwig. But the original is really expensive. I have it here, the European first pressing. Yeah, it's really expensive. I found it for 60 euro. Can you imagine that, man? Ryan, if you want, come up. We can share the room. I don't have to sit here alone. If someone wants to come up, the link is above. Rage Against the Machine, the first US pressing, that's a treasure. But like you said, it's so hard to find. I found that European first pressing from Rage Against the Machine for 60 freaking euros at a record fair, and I said, "Man, are you sure you want to sell this?" And he said, "Yeah," and it's near mint. Nowadays for a first pressing of Rage Against the Machine, 150 even for the European, I think. Thank you, Man in a Pit. That is, our house is a wooden house, and we have this wooden. This is the poster of Black Sabbath, of the Master of Reality. So to make it nicer, thank you for the compliment. Yeah. The mood. I have to say, music on vinyl has some great reissues. I really like what they have done for like Rage Against the Machine. I think also, isn't it Alice in Chains? Dirt, I think they put on music on vinyl. They have some cool stuff, really good ones. But the Rage Against the Machine original one, man, you have to look for it. It's very expensive. If there are more questions or comments, and again, everyone is welcome to come up. Nobody wants. Yeah. Okay. So, bedtime for Thor. Thank you for your patience. I will try to, like, who said this? Keep out as band. Yes, they are very pricey. Yeah. All good, Ryan. Your opinion on best Paranoid pressing. I made a video, Man in a Pit. If you are on my channel, hi Vinyl Show, all fine, all good. How are you? Nice to see you. Man in a Pit, the best Paranoid pressing is the first, second, and third UK swirl. If you, of course, if the hunters, they hunt down the first UK pressing with the Big Bear management credits. I had it, and I have to say it sounds good, but then I found the second pressing of Paranoid, second swirl, UK swirl pressing, and it's no difference in sound. It has just this line, Big Bear Management, Jim Simpson or John Simpson, Jim Simpson, Big Bear Management. Yeah, it's not needed. And you pay nowadays for a near mint copy of the Big Bear Management credits, you pay between 600, 700, 800 and 1,000 euros just because this line is on the gatefold cover. If you are that kind of a guy, okay, then go for it. But honestly speaking, the second pressing and the third pressing of Paranoid is a fantastic sounding album. And honestly speaking, budget wise, Kevin Gray's reissue from 2006, the Rhino reissue, mastered and cut by Kevin Gray, it touches the UK first pressing pretty, yeah, very much. So there is no big difference between the UK first pressing and the Kevin Gray remaster. I'm honestly saying, because he cut it from the original master tape AAA, and it sounds marvelous. If you find it on Discogs, I think it's 100, 110. I paid like 85 or something like that for the Kevin Gray remaster of Paranoid. And the Vinyl Me Please is the same mastering source. The Vinyl Me Please has this stupid colored vinyl. I don't like colored vinyl, so I sold it. It sounds pretty cool. It sounds fantastic. It has the same cut like the Kevin Gray Rhino, but it has the colored vinyl, which was not. I'm a picky guy when it comes to vinyl. It should be quiet. So the Vinyl Me Please record was colored. Yeah, some marble shit or some pink, I don't know, some colored crap. So it was not quiet enough. The sound was marvelous because the Kevin Gray cut sounds marvelous. But when I heard then the Rhino original black vinyl version, not the Vinyl Me Please version, I could hear a difference because the vinyl was very, very quiet. So the details came out much more, in my humble opinion. So my budget advice, if you don't have 120, 100, 200, 300 euros for the second or third UK pressing on Swirl, get the Kevin Gray. It's really fantastic. Honestly speaking, the first 5 Sabbath reissues by Rhino sound fantastic, all of them. The first one, the debut album of Black Sabbath, is cut by Ron McMaster. It touches the swirl. It comes very close to the original UK swirl one because I have it now, and I have the Rhino version also from mastered by Ron McMaster. Beautiful. The second one, Paranoid, is the Rhino mastered, is by Kevin Gray. Very beautiful. Master of Reality is again mastered by Ron McMaster, and it sounds very, very good. But I prefer the German swirl, and the UK swirl are sounding better. But for the money, this reissue of Ron McMaster from Rhino, I think 2010-ish, it sounds beautiful. And then for volume 4, I have the Porky Prime Cut UK swirl original first pressing. It sounds the best. And second best is the reissue by Chris Bellman. It sounds really, really wonderful. And also the Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. For Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, the best sounding Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is the original US first pressing on the Warner Palm Tree labels. It beats the WWA UK first pressing. I have both here, and the US first pressing is by far the best sounding of them. And Chris Bellman, he did the Rhino for number 5 for Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Chris Bellman did the reissue, the remaster, and he did a fabulous job, and it sounds really, really good. I have it here also. So both the first US pressing and Bellman's Rhino remaster are super excellent and very, very easy to get, not much money. The WWA UK first pressing is nice to have, but it cannot touch the US first pressing. I don't know why. Here, the country of origin rule is not applicable because the US first pressing sounds much, much better. Much more open, much more clear, detailed, defined, more punch. Yeah, I heard. Vinyl Me Please is yeah, I know. I have one. A friend of mine is on the look for one copy, but let's see what Mr. Smith, what he did with the original analog types. Hey, John. Yeah, I'm excited for that reissue of Vinyl Me Please, Master of Reality. What I don't like is the colored vinyl. I don't care about the splattered pinkish. Sorry to say, I would love to have seen it in a nice black or vinyl. I hope it's quiet, but like I said, the Kevin Gray cut of Paranoid, Vinyl Me Please, was not super quiet. It was quiet, but not quiet enough for me. I'm picky in that matter. Yeah, what can I say? I give you an example. If you're looking for good Iron Maiden pressings, if you find the first 6 Maiden albums, for me, are untouchable. So I have them all in UK first pressings. But Patrick Pibithel, he told me that you should look for the Russian Gala pressings of Iron Maiden. Go to Discogs, type in Peace of Mind, Gala Records, Russian label, and you will have a very special experience, because these guys, I think they have better vinyl. So I have the Peace of Mind, I have Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, and I think I have Number of the Beast, also as Russian counterparts to the UK first pressings. And the vinyl of the Russian guys is much quieter, and they use the same blades. So you see, for example, Maiden, Peace of Mind, they always start with EMS. So EMS is on the blade of the UK first pressing, and the exact same label, exact same matrix number is on the Russian pressing, Gala pressing. And now the prices go up. You could buy them for 40. Ryan, I think, Ryan, if you are still here, you can confirm. You bought several of the Gala Maidens, and they sound spectacular. So it depends. Yeah, it depends on, Ryan is here. It depends on the vinyl, and the Russian guys, they seem to have good oil, good vinyl, and all 6, they sound fantastic. If you don't find the UK first pressings, and I even go as far as to say that the Russian sounds quieter. So I like this. What is Boominator? Labuminator? What means Labuminator? Please explain. The first 6 on Russian Gala records. Congratulations. That is a great acquisition, because the UK first pressings of Maiden go into price ranges which are completely crazy. So this is really thanks for the Sabbath. Yeah, that's right. Japanese Maiden pressings, Toshiba pressing sounds fabulous. Great. Yeah, it's true. If you find some, they are very expensive. I had one, Peace of Mind, Toshiba, in a not a super nice condition, but they sound really good. For example, the CDs of them, they have a great dynamic range. The CDs from Maiden, the Toshiba CDs, are really good, and the Maiden Japanese pressings also. The first 6 Maiden on Toshiba vinyl, wow, that's also something. But I'm not going down this rabbit hole, because I have now so many UKs, and the Russian, it's okay. But you're right. Japanese pressings sometimes sound very good, sometimes not. For example, I had the first 4 first pressings of Led Zeppelin on Japanese vinyl, and I all sold them. They sucked. They had much too heavy on the treble, much too high frequency, so I gave them all away. So it depends. Pink Floyd sometimes sound great on Japanese. The Dark Side of the Moon is nice. I have the Animals first pressing on Japanese, and Metal I had on Japanese, very good, but not every time. So it's not always so that the Japanese pressings are the preferred ones. Usually I go by country of origin, but then you get the exceptions, and you listen to other people, like my good friend Pibithal Patrick. He knows so much about these pressings, so I always listen to him and what he's recommending, what matrix number is there. For example, the Sabbath, even Sabbath, you can go and get the NEMS pressings very early, NEMS pressings from Black Sabbath. They sometimes use the first pressing stampers, or the Vertigo spaceship labels are using them. So you have to be a little knowledgeable in the matrix numbers, so you don't pay the big bucks. But yeah, By the way, first Sabotage. Yes, Sabotage UK pressing is the best one. Man in a Pit. Yep. UK first pressing of Sabotage is the best one. I heard the German and the US, and the first W. Yeah, is best. Sabotage is the best one. UK pressing. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. I can concur with Ryan. Usually the Japanese vinyl is very quiet, but then sometimes I'm not in accordance with the mastering. So the vinyl can be very quiet, but sometimes several which I heard from the Japanese pressings, like for example Led Zeppelin, they tend to have a little bit too much treble, too much high frequencies, and I have tinnitus a little bit, so I'm easily annoyed if another example, Highway to Hell from AC/DC. There is the George Pires US pressing, which is fantastic. This is the best for me. It's a reissue mastered by George Pires, and then there is the UK first pressing mastered by Arun, and there is the German Highway to Hell, which I grew up with. So if you listen to these three, you can hear different mastering engineers and different mastering results. And again, Arun from the UK, like with Flick of the Switch, and for those, I think also for those about to rock, he tends to play with the treble knob. So when I listened to it today, I got it today, this Arun first pressing of the Highway to Hell. I was a little shocked because I didn't grew up with so much high frequencies in the sound. So the German pressing and the US pressing by George Pires are much more balanced, much more warm, much more analog. And then he has this sometimes this huge frequencies, high frequencies, which you think, man, ugh. And same with some Japanese pressings too. So the Led Zeppelin I could not listen to. I immediately, for example, if you listen to Heartbreaker or Communication Breakdown on the Japanese first pressings, I could not listen to it, so I sold them. Too much high frequencies. What is the best technical ecstasies and Never Say Die pressings? I will be very frank to you, Mr. Depeche Commode. I have to be very honest. I don't like them. Never Say Die. I can listen to it, but technical ecstasy, honestly speaking, as a huge Black Sabbath fan, I never listened to it in its whole. I never listened to the whole album. It's not the Sabbath I know. There are some songs here and there, with here and there, but technical ecstasy, nah, I think I don't even own it. So I own Never Say Die. There are cool songs on it. I think one of those is Superstar is great, and Johnny Something is great. But I lost interest after Sabotage. And when you read when you read the biographies of Black Sabbath, I read now Iomis, I read Butlers, I read Aussie, and some from others, Popov, who wrote biographies about Black Sabbath. You read these biographies, and you see that, honestly speaking, after Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, it's going down. For me personally, Sabotage has some good songs, but man, Volume 4, Master of Reality, Volume 4, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, and then Sabotage, I was so disappointed. And then when I heard Never Say Die, I was thinking, no, go away. And Technical Ecstasy, I didn't even bother. Sometimes I listen to it, but sorry, if I'm offending you. I know you love these albums. I'm sorry, but not the best question for me, because I cannot say. But I would go UK for both. UK or country of origin should be the best. Like Heaven and Hell, also with Dio, and Mob Rules with Dio, also UK, are the best pressings. But man, I was so disappointed with Never Say Die Technical Ecstasy. And when you read the biography, if you would, Aussie hates both. Aussie started to hate Black Sabbath with Sabotage, and he ask him about Technical Ecstasy. When I read his biography, he shits on it like anything. Yeah, when Vinyl Show, the vinyl is quiet on the Japanese pressings, but their equalizer shit is always too much in the high frequencies. So yeah, I agree. It's a good record, John. It's a good record. Good. It's 7 from 10, maybe 8 from 10. Hard Road is awesome. Johnny Blade is good. I agreed. But compared with Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and all the others, it's a good album, but not a 10 out of 10. No, for me, not. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and Volume 4 and Master of. Yeah, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and Volume 4 might be my my most favorite Sabbath. But then recently I listened to so many times to Master of Reality, so it always changes now. And then Paranoid, when I listen to Paranoid, so the first 5 Sabbaths for me are kind of interchangeable. Maybe the first one, because of so much jam sessions, is also one of my favorites. But the next 4, it's always like Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets. When someone is asking what is your favorite Metallica album, I would say this one. But then it's Master of Puppets, and then it's Kill 'Em All. But it's always between these 3. So with Black Sabbath, I would say also Paranoid, Master of Reality, Volume 4, and Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath are extraordinary. Of course, the debut album is also extraordinary. But the side B is, compared to the others, it's a 9 out of 10 for me, the debut. But Paranoid, Master of Reality, the side B of Paranoid is for me is sometimes better than side A. Hand of Doom, Electric Funeral, so many great songs on Paranoid's B side, and the A side is nice, but sometimes I find the B side more attractive. And Master of Reality has no fillers, none at all. Both sides are excellent, 10 out of 10. Volume 4, 10 out of 10. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, 10 out of 10. Then I listen to Savatage and I think, and then I listen to Never Say Die and I go like, and then I stopped. Yeah. All Glories, Depeche Mode. Nice. If you like these albums, All Glories, nice. But I'm not the right person to ask about these 2 albums. Like, nobody would ask me, which Steely Dan albums sound great. Yeah, John. I agree. Never Say Die might be the last one, which I would rank in such high numbers like 7 or 8. Technical Ecstasy for sure is 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, maybe. But this is just my humble, subjective, non-important. Non-important. Yeah, I like side. Yeah. For me, sometimes too, Electric Funeral and Hand of Doom are really awesome songs on the Paranoid. What is that also? Let me check. When you compare those, oopsie daisy. This was the very expensive signed copy, but nothing happened. All is good. Yeah, Red Salad is cool. Fairies Wear Boots, very cool. That's right. That's really right. There are so much great songs on the Paranoid side B that sometimes it's the side A. You always listen to side A. Yeah. Randy Rhoads, man. Yeah. Randy Rhoads, fantastic guitar player of Aussie, sure. Tragic. I read in the biography of Aussie how everything went down. It was extremely tragic. I love Blizzard of Oz. I love Diary of a Madman and the Tribute live album with Randy Rhoads. Very, very special guitar player. Hi, Oaken Shield. It's late for me too. It's midnight in Germany, so I'm way over my bedtime. Holidays, so I spontaneously stayed up and did a live stream. Yeah, Randy Rhoads. If you listen to Crazy Train, I don't know, and I always get goosebumps when I listen to Mr. Crowley. What this man was playing on the guitar is, oh my god. Yeah, I love Deep Purple very much. All of them, mostly the Mic 1. Made the Machine Head is fantastic. In Rock is fantastic. Who Do You Think We Are is fantastic. Come Taste the Band. Made in Japan, of course. one of my favorite live albums. Deep Purple is fantastic, fantastic. Stormbringer, Fire. What is this called? Stormbringer. Yeah, but I like also with Coverdale. The era with Coverdale is also beautiful. Perfect Strangers is beautiful album. Machine Head, sure, very good. In rock was when I grew up, when I was 15, when I got my first stereo hi-fi system. In rock was huge in Germany in the 80s. It was a 70s something album, but when you hear Speed King, Child in Time on the In Rock album, my God, fantastic. Fantastic. Machine Head is also really good album. Really good. Who do you think we are is also great. And you should get them as UK original pressings. They sound awesome. They really sound awesome. Purple is great, yeah. Whitesnake, I love Whitesnake. I love Purple. Hard rock is also my genre. I loved it. All old Whitesnake albums, come and get it. Trouble, Love Hunter, Ready and Willing, Live in the Heart of the City. Again, one of my favorite live albums. Beautiful album. Yeah. Randy Rhoads, man, what a great guitar player. Aussie had awesome guitar players. I think after that, Jakey Lee also on the Bike at the Moon and Ultimate Sin. I think Jakey Lee was also one of the very good guitar players. If those of you who are interested, the Aussie biography is funny as hell. I was laughing many times out loud when I read his biography. You wonder what he remembers after so many consciousness altering substances. But still, it's funny to read. Geezer Butlers, I found the best. Tony Iommi also, very cool. Iron Man, great biography. I love music books, and those three are really cool. Really, really beautiful biographies by Iommi and by Butler. Butler I like most. He's very honest, very authentic, and also Iommi's beautiful. I saw Aussie, yeah, cool. I saw Aussie with Jake in '84 on the Monsters of Rock in Germany, in Karlsruhe. He flew in with a helicopter. Ozzy Osbourne, man, that was a fantastic lineup. Let me see if I can find the lineup of the Monsters of Rock '84. That was, for nowadays, this was unbelievable lineup. Let me check if I find this lineup. Yeah, here you go. Oh my God, this was unbelievable. Let me check this one. I show you the photo. How do I do this? This is like, let me check if I can find it. If you go on this link, präsentieren. No, I cannot do this. But this link shows the poster. Unbelievable. It was Monsters of Rock '84. It was AC/DC headliner, Van Halen, Dio, Ozzy Osbourne, Gary Moore, Accept, and Mötley Crüe. Yeah. Unbelievable. How does Rachel do that when she gets up? Sometimes she puts on the how to do this, that I can show you that one. Bildschirm teilen. Oh, cool. Okay. Now you can see it. Very cool. Very nice. Now you can see this was '84. This was Nuremberg, and I was the day before. I was in Karlsruhe. That was the lineup in Karlsruhe. This was unbelievable. I mean, to see Dio and Ozzy and all these guys, my God. Opening act was Mötley Crüe. Yeah, Mick Wall's Symptom of the Universe. Thank you. Thank you, noted. I will get this also once. Nice. Mick Wall is a nice biographer. I have several of him from Metallica. Yeah, Def Leppard, Aussie, Scorpions. 86, they were also in Germany. My not girlfriend, my wife was there. Def Leppard, Aussie, and Scorpions. Very cool. Yeah, only in Germany. Yeah, it was 84, John. 84, Mötley Crüe was not super huge in Germany. Except was bigger in Germany than Mötley Crüe. So you can see. Let me check. What? What was this? How did I do this? Another camera. Yeah, stimmt. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can see here Mötley Crüe was the opener, and then Accept. Accept was much more huge at that time than Mötley Crüe. And AC/DC was for those about to rock with the cannons on the side. I was on the uh, 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 not on the field, on the football field. I was on the what is it called, on the where the audience is sitting. I had sitting places with my uncle. I was 15, so I was sitting upstairs, and when AC/DC came on with the cannon, man, that was something else. I was 15 years old. My goodness. And I was wondering, what is the smell coming from behind? This sweet smell coming. I was not used to that one. And my uncle said, these are very special cigarettes. And I said, okay. Now I know what it is, of course. But as a 15-year-old boy, you are so mesmerized by the stage, you don't know what they are smoking behind you. Yeah, except, yeah, I agree. Except is really one of my favorite German bands. Halloween, Except, Scorpions, Creator, Sodom, Destruction, Tangard, Creator, Celtic Frost. Except Balls to the Wall. If you want to check your system, Balls to the Wall has such a fabulous sound. My goodness, Michael Wagner was producing that one, and this is a really one of the best sounding metal albums of all time. Yeah, there is only one song on the Balls to the Wall is Sucking, and it is Cold Winter Dreams, which is a ballad, which is, yeah, kind of, but 9 songs are over the top. The whole first side, Balls to the Walls, London Leather Boys, Fight It Back, Head Over Heels, Losing More Than You Ever Had, Love Child, whatever is coming, beautiful album. And Oaken Shield, Restless and Wild, and Breaker is similar good stuff. Restless and Wild also no filler, only killer. Breaker, if you get the Breaker album, my god, those 3 albums are the holy trinity of Accept. Breaker, Restless, and Balls to the Wall. It cannot get any better. They kicked Scorpions ass in a huge way. Nothing against Scorpions, but these 3 albums, Breaker, Restless, and Balls to the Wall, wow, those are really good Accept albums. Fantastic stuff. I agree. Yeah, I tell you, the 80s, my records, most of my records of the metal of the metal albums are 80s metal albums from 80 to 89. I mean, what a choice you have, and what gems to be found in that. You would, if I'm now doing a series, I'm now at 84, I think, best metal albums of those years. 80s, I started with 83, 84, then 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and then the 90s started a little bit to suck. I lost touch with metal in the 90s, so yeah, some of them have been great and some have not been so great, but the 80s are the paradise for metal fans. The 80s are, if you like hard thrash, I mean, Testament, Anthrax, Exodus, Overkill, Metal Church, Megadeth, Metallica, Slayer, go on. And then the new wave of British heavy metal, John is so expert in. There are so many good ones like Raven and Motorhead and Saxon and Samson and Tigers of Bangtan and Witchfind General and so many good metal albums. Maiden, Motorhead. Yeah, that was accepted. Yeah, this was honestly speaking, this was my first contact with metal. Uh, with metal. Oakenshield. I remember I was at the German TV stations. They broadcasted it in '84. It was in the winter of '83 in the Dortmund TV, and then they broadcasted it. I think in January, February, they broadcasted it in the TV station. And I was with a friend. I was 15 years old, and we watched that TV special, Rock Pop in Concert. It was called Rock Pop in Concert, and Happy New Year. And if you check the lineup of the Rock Pop in Concert, let me find it. Rock Pop in Concert 1983. I mean, the lineup, this is, whew, let me check. Yeah, I can show you. I hope I can show. Let me see. Yeah, Belgium, Thailand, very good. Rock Pop in Concert. Yes, I can show you. I hope, at least. Yes, now I can show here. Wait, no, this is wrong. Sorry, this is the wrong one. Belgium, Thailand. Sorry, this one. Yes, this one. So Legacy. This is Iron Maiden. Scorpions. How do I do this again? Oh, goodness. Scorpions, then Judas Priest, Def Leppard, Ozzy Osbourne, Quiet Riot, Crocus, Michael Schenker Group. I mean, wow. Unbelievable. Really unbelievable. How great this was, how awesome they have been with the billing. So many great bands have been in this Rock Pop in Concert. Unbelievable. You had it. There are some what which AS copy is still around. A friend of mine ordered one, made to a DVD, and this is really, wow, this is really cool, man. What? Of course I am a Judas Priest fan, for sure. Don't think I have heard you mention them much. Yeah, I love Priest like anything. I think I have up to the newer stuff. I have all of them until Turbo, and then Painkiller and Ram It Down. Judas Priest is one of my favorite metal bands, definitely. You are right. I didn't make so much mention of it, because I focused more on the thrash and the speed and the 80s metal. But Priest, Sin After Sin, Sad Wings of Destinies, Sad Wings of their Stained Glass, British Steel. For me, Defenders of the Faith is one of the best metal albums of all time. I even like Turbo. Honestly speaking, I like Turbo very much. Many people freaked out when they heard it. I love it still today. It's not the Priest, but I love it. It's a great music. It's not really heavy metal like they used to play. For me, Stained Glass and Defenders of the Faith are absolutely the best Priest albums. And if you have no Priest album at all, get the Unleashed in the East. This was on permanent rotation when it came out. I remember clearly. It was 81, I think. I was 12 years old, and I listened to that album every freaking day, up and down. Running Wild, Exciter, The Sinner, Diamonds and Rust, Victims of Changes. What a beautiful live album, Unleashed in the East. Unbelievable. Yeah, I love Priest, man. I love all the great metal bands, Motorhead, Saxon, Priest, all of them. Priest has always a very special place, because when I first heard that Defenders of the Faith, like Free Will Burning and the whole A side, Jawbreaker, Rock Hard, Ride Free, and Sentinel. Phew, what great songs. Second side is a little weaker, but first is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Screaming for Vengeance, beautiful album. Then Pretty Steel, classic. Stained Glass, classic. Sin After Sin, Saplings of Destiny. Even the first ones are good. Rock'n'Roller is good. What is there one more? No, I think I put them all on the table. Priest is fantastic. One of the best metal bands. Motorhead, Priest, Saxon of the 80s. I even like Kiss. I have so many Kiss records. I grew up with Kiss, you know. Priest live on the wow. Cool, man. Yeah. Very good. Live on the 81 tour in Long Beach. Can't remember the album now. 81 should be, let's see. Judas Priest, discography. I think Pretty Steel, maybe. Let me check discography. Should be one of those. Stained Glass, 81. Point of Entry. Yeah. Point of Entry. Point of Entry would be that one. It's a cool album too. It's not one of the strongest, but I like it also very much. Point of Entry is that one. Yeah, great. Point of Entry. They don't order it by... Yeah. 81 would be Point of Entry. And then Stained Glass was 78. And then Sin After Sin was 77. Killing Machine, yeah. So we'll be continuing with your origin. Yeah. Not really, because I'm a teacher. I'm employed by the state, and I think you can imagine the rest. So I'm not sure. I think if I wanted to make regular auctions, Vinyl Pipe, I know. Big shout out to you, man. Thank you so much, Chris. I hope my package will soon be with you. German post is a little slower, but it will arrive safe. Like I said, Dane Johnson, like I'm employed. I'm a teacher. I'm a government teacher, and if I do regular auctions, it will be not so easy because I think I have taxes and stuff, you know. So I'm very careful in that matter. I could do more auctions, but then I have to make it more official and go to my head principal of the school. I'm an elementary school teacher, teaching for 6 year to 10-year-olds, everything except religion. Have a good night. Yeah, it's 15 after 12. See you, John. Thank you for popping in. Very much appreciated. Stained Glass is fantastic, man. Cool. Yeah. Now holidays, Christmas holidays for 2 weeks. Much needed. Yeah, I like teaching. It's getting harder every year because the kids are getting more disrespectful. And the parents are even getting more disrespectful more. So it's hard on money, honestly speaking. So I try my best. So thank you. I think it's now 12:15. It's now 1 hour and 23 minutes. I'm surprised how long we talked. It was very nice talking to you all, but I think I should call it a night now. My eyes are getting weary. My back is getting tight. You know that song? My back is getting tired. I'm sitting on a green spike bridge tonight. Do 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 do. Queens, King of Queens. My eyes are getting weary. My back is getting tired, and sitting on the Queen Spike Bridge tonight. It's so nice. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Wonderful day. Peace. Thank you for your attention, and I appreciate so much. stay in contact. Digital friendship. It's nice. Bye. Peace. Have a great time, everyone. Good night, Joe. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. For me, it's already tomorrow. Thank you. It's already Friday. Already Friday. And yeah. Metal is always cool stuff to talk about, especially if so many cool questions are coming in. And I can share what I learned from good men like P.B. Thal. I learned so much from him, man. He's not around, is he? Are you there, PB? I don't think so. He's busy. But I learned so much from PB Thal. His knowledge of pressings is, I always give him a shout out, because without his knowledge, I could not present shit. Yeah. Happy New Year soon. It's true. I'm 54. I was just now on the 19th of December. I also reached the age of, my body reached the age of 54, but my mind is 16. Always 16. Firepower, yes. Great album. I'm excited to hear the new Priest. They will get it out next year, beginning of March or something like that. Yeah, very good album. Great album. Super nice sound. A little bit too modern for me, but the songs on Firepower are fantastic. And Halford is singing like a young Halford, so I don't know how much is real about that, but it sounds awesome. And the Firepower, I have it here also. It's a great album, much better than this Nostradamus crap. Some songs are good on the Nostradamus, but it's not my thing. Also, this before, I think after Painkiller, yeah, 54. But when I listen to music, 15, 16 is a good air drumming on the couch or air guitaring on the couch. Nothing makes you more young than a good 80s metal album. There are so many of them. Slayer, Rain and Blood. It makes you young. Puppets, Overkill, Anthrax. You don't get old. The soul is not getting old. The soul is not getting old. The consciousness is. I'm the same. The body is getting old. Soul stays the same. Same age. No change. I refuse to play the adult game. I have to, but I just play it. I'm not really doing it. I seem to be an adult, but I'm not, because the soul is not getting old. Bye everyone. Have a great time. Peace.